Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XVI. Looks like we're gonna have another cozy episode of side questing, which I'm pretty good with, because I'm feeling, I don't know, like lethargic tonight, I guess would be the word for it. Lethargic, we'll go with lethargic. So we have to journey to Balmung Dark, make for Mickelberg, and speak with Joshua.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course.
I don't know about you, Joshua, but I have been pretty close to Jill on a beach recently, so speak for yourself.
Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
I would be a poor himbo. That's exactly what I would be. Alright, so, I think we're good to go ahead and, get out of here. So, there's nothing there. We still have 3 side quests waiting here. And we still have 2 more waiting out there. Well, you know, let's save the Jill one for last, because I think it may have the most going on. There's no real good way to know. But one of them is an Undying quest, and another one is a quest for Doris, where we're going to be freeing some bearers, which is the one we're doing right now, I do believe. So, yeah. Right up here, actually. Hello? Yeah, that's that place we tried to go into.
The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry.
This is the place I mentioned looked like a coliseum, if I remember correctly, right? Because, yeah, it really does look like a coliseum. Leave me alone. Don't need to be dealing with any fodder right now. I am not playing Harvest Moon. Alright, so, yeah. Right in here, and we should be good. Alright, hey Doris.
I can walk from here.
Don't worry about me, things. I'm in a cutscene.
There were no guards, I take it.
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether's thickest there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Better keep my eyes open for signs of life.
This feels like an area where, now that I've opened it up, since it seems like opening it up required this quest, a bounty may show up here? Use key. I do not have a key.
Locked up tight.
So we are going to have to go this way. It's much more linear than I thought. Hello. Go down, friends. Luckily it's just two of you, so this is going to be a pretty quick fight, but yeah, I imagine I'm going to have to fight a pretty scary Akashic something. Or Akashic, rather. There we go. Balmung Dark Writ of Designation. The Kingdom of Walud hereby designates this facility a prison for the detainment of bears, both foreign and domestic. The purpose of this facility is to rear and train a Kuza beast for deployment in the field. Oh, great, that's what we're going to be fighting. The aforementioned purpose is a matter of strictest secrecy, and any mention thereof is to be punishable by death. Captive bears have been provided solely for perusal of the aforementioned purpose. Express permission is required for use of bears in any other capacity.
So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
Yep, so that's going to be our boss at the end of the quest, but I do still think, possibly, that, you know, a bounty is probably going to show up here after the fact. I mean, the area is straight up a battlefield. I mean, look at it. It is just a Coliseum, so... 20 sharp fangs. You have any fallen metal hanging around here, friends? I could really use some fallen metal. It would be phenomenal, actually. I didn't mean to do that. That is my bad, friend. Let's go ahead and swap to Shiva. There we go. Looks like Torgal and Joshua are over here doing their thing. How much damage do you do now, Torgal? Still not too much, but you do it. It's hard to manage Torgal and everything else in a battle. Alright, what we got? Recommendation concerning Kuza beast deployment. The Kuza has long been recognized as an especially aggressive species. This being the case, it was hoped that successful deployment on the battlefield might be a means of inflicting heavy casualties on the enemy. In exercises conducted thus far, however, the beast has proven incapable of distinguishing between allied and enemy combatants. What a shock! As such, deployment alongside regular troops is not recommended. It is proposed instead that bear captures be employed in order to draw enemy focus, and the beast then driven into the fray in order to achieve maximum benefit with minimal loss of Waluder lives. That's fucked! Using POWs basically as fodder to lure the enemy in to then have the beast just run wild.
Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their branded than that.
Yeah, I mean, just sending them straight to the slaughter. That's like a cool... That's like a cool wall ornament. God, you know, that's a cool decoration. I like that. I like that, you know? It reminds me of, like, the crown in, Darkest Dungeon. So, alright, sorry. Darkest Dungeon is not what we're playing right now. Yellow. Memorandum on Kuza beast feeding. Recent supply shortages left us with insufficient resources to feed the Kuza entrusted to our care. Fortunately, the creature was observed to kill and consume the bears assigned to fight beside it. In a mock battle conducted as part of its training, the beast was further observed to enter a state of visible contentment upon feeding in this way, suggesting that live bears may even be its preferred source of sustenance. While this behavior is unexpected, it is not unwelcome. Bears no longer of use for training purposes can now be repurposed as required. Awful.
They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared.
I'm wondering what this is specifically, because
Nothing but Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on.
I don't think we've run into a creature just specifically called a Kuza before. I don't think we have. Oh, there's more Akashic up here. I can hear him. Can I go down this way, though? I can. Hello. Go ahead and smack you with one of those. Very, very dead. What was that other noise? Is there a third one? I thought I heard a third one, but I don't think I did. Alright, cheeky little level up. I will be taking that. I remember when I started this game, and was saying I was going to build towards having high will, because I valued will damage over everything else. Little did I know, you don't actually have as much control over your stats as you would think. I mean, sure, you can control it with, like, your accessories, but the weapons and armor are pretty much just linear upgrades. So there's no real customization you can do there, really. But it makes sense for a game like this. It's very much leaning into, like, DMC side stuff, so like the character building is just not going to be as much of a thing in this. It's going to be more you expanding your skill with combat and stuff like that. So that makes sense. It's just not what I expected when I started the game, basically. So yeah, we're getting okay at the combat. Obviously, with this kind of combat system, there's kind of always room for improvement. So oh, I thought you had your hand on, like, your chest for a second. Like you'd been stabbed or something. How are you in here with the door open, but there were a Akashic right outside?
No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were disposed of. Whatever that means.
I'm afraid it means they were fed to the monstrosity they kept here.
Then we're too late. And I was a fool to bring you here.
Don't say that. Did you find anything else?
A key. But it doesn't fit any of the locks on this floor.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. There's a corridor I haven't searched yet. Finish up here, then come and find me when you're ready.
All right. I'll be there in a moment.
Alright. The jailer's key. I always love when jail is spelled that way. Alright. So, down we head. Down here. Unfortunately, these indestructible barrels are blocking our path here. Oh. Oh, I was about to say that, does that lead to nothing? But no, there's a door up there. These indestructible, insurmountable barrels. So we can't check up there. We can't do that. Such a long cooldown on the Shiva dash. Alright, so what's down this pathway? Is this where I'm going to run into my Kuva? Wasn't that what it was called?
Let's see what we can find down here.
Bang. I lost one jailer's key. Well, what did I do? Did destroy it? Okay, well, that's probably where we want to go. But let's look in here first. That. I guess we probably just left it in the door.
A survivor. And she sounds close.
Whoa. What have you been surviving on over here? Hello, I'll get to you in a moment. There's an item down here, you see. Thank you. Alright. Hello. I'm here to save you, child. You're the only one.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards, they're still here. But something's wrong with them. Everyone else was eaten by the monster.
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather we didn't linger. Are you ready?
Ready when you are. You poor thing. You must have been terrified.
Did Chadwick send you?
What?
He fought the monster. Distracted it so I could run away. He must have sent you. He promised to free the others too. Where is he? He opened your cell, didn't he? He wouldn't be here otherwise.
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
Will do. That's my job.
It's out there waiting.
Holy shit.
Can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers.
Oh my god, it's just like a giant mega behemoth. That's blue. Holy shit. Okay, that thing looks horrifyingly difficult. Alright, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and pop them now before, I forget. Also, someone in the comments, I believe it's the person that mentioned the original comment. I don't quite remember what the original comment was, but, or who said the original comment, but I think it was them. Apparently with this, Adam, okay, I thought it said use hold. I was like, did I not hold last time? But no, apparently you have to equip this on the shortcut, and then it will let you use it. So that's weird. That's a very weird way to use it, but apparently that's how it works. You equip it on the shortcut and then use it. The other thing I can think of is since there's only one in the game, they probably don't want you accidentally using it here in the menu, so they make it a little bit more harder to use, but you think they would mention, hey, you can't use it from the menu like you can here, you have to add it to the shortcut. So maybe you can also just use it in battle. Maybe it just requires that you're in battle first. Kuza Beast! Rank A. Okay, so this is actually a bounty. Alright. Cool. Hi. By the way, let's see. Can you no, it still won't let you use it. So you do have to put it on the shortcut. That's so weird. That's so weird.
I can't let that happen.
Alright, well you are a bounty for me. I was right about there being a bounty here. It was the, boss fight of this dungeon. Whoop. Okay, gotcha. There we go. As long as I keep getting those, freezes. Okay, I was like, no, we're not having any of that, okay? It's just not happening. Bang. I think we're just gonna have to settle for a wind up here. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. It's already down a pretty decent amount, though. There we go. Yeah, like, we're doing work on this thing. Uh-huh. There we go. That's good. That's what you love to see. Uh-huh. Okay, we have our, Oh, I tried. No, you do not. None of that. Uh-oh, here comes Comet. Whoop. Uh-huh. Come here, you. cool. That was a cool visual of it being stuck in the air. There we go. Go ahead and just pop you with that. There we go. Okay, that was incredibly easy. Way easier to, compared to what's it called actually, the Benedicta. I'll just call it the Benedicta baby, because it came from Benedicta, so the Benedicta baby, there you go. And we got another behemoth shackle, which may be needed for some crafting. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, I was wondering, because when I heard the name Kuza, I was like, is this just going to be like a palette swap reskin of a behemoth? Because that's the only new creature. I doubt they would introduce a wholly new creature this late into the game. So that makes a lot of sense, actually. That was my hypothesis about what you would be. But you were actually very easy. I remember being worried about you because the behemoth in the main story was
Finally.
pretty hard.
Sid, are you hurt?
I'm fine. I think.
I wonder if it's that 5% increase to all damage types that I got that helped a lot.
No.
What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
Well, at least we managed to save this poor kid that was stuck over here in this. God, that must be haunting. That's the kind of shit I had nightmares about when I was a kid. Trapped in a giant structure with a monster. And angry zombie people.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would never have found out what happened to him. How he fought to the bitter end to save her. To save Haida Marie. That's the man I remember. The man I thought of as a brother.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past. If you don't mind, that is.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. Kill and obey. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, one day, we just couldn't do them anymore. So we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a dagger in someone else's hand.
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own. And he died not as someone's tool, but as a hero.
Haida Marie is proof of that. Bearers can cast off their shackles. And the Cursebreakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done. For Chadwick, and for all of us.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be counting on you.
Hey, alright. Well, there's another quest down, and we got a bounty out of that. So we got a ton of favor out of that, although of course I am still like 200 off the next favor reward, I believe. God, we get so many of these right now, which, I mean, it makes sense. We just got Odin. It's my most recent and final icon, but yeah. Surprisingly, did not get something to put on my wall, I don't believe. Hi, Haida Marie.
So much food in the hideaway. Sometimes, in my cell, my tummy rumbled so loud, the Chadwick would sneak me some gruel from his bowl. I miss him. He would have liked this place.
Oh, god damn, that's a depressing as hell thing for you to talk about. Oh. Damn it, okay. Well, that happened. Okay, hi Nectar. There's not actually a new thing, you're just gonna tell me about the one I already took out, right? No, there is actually a new one. The Masterless Marauder. Okay, a master born in the Balmung Dark. Or a monster. Sorry. And quite possibly the deadliest beast known to man. Cid, we beg you to slay it, not only that the world might be a safer place, but that the bearers who lost their lives to that vile creature might last be avenged. Forgive our presumption, but knowing what we do with it, we doubt that any but you could emerge from its cage alive. It really wasn't that bad. Masterless Marauder. The Waluder army captured such beasts and tried to train them to serve, but this particular specimen's training has long since ceased. Whether its captors turned to Kashyyyk with the rest of their comrades or were eaten by their pet when it broke free from its bonds, we shall never know. All we know is there is none left alive who know the words to put an end to its rampage. Only a show of force will suffice. And we don't know the location of it. We just know it's somewhere in Walud. So, I'm gonna finish up my 2 side quests first, obviously. So, let's go make for this. Mickelberg. I mean, who knows? Maybe, maybe we'll find what we're looking for on the way over here. I sincerely doubt it. Alright.
Straight home now.
This is where we needed to come for the Duty Undying quest. Let's go ahead and head in. Hello!
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you too heed the call?
Oh god, are we getting an end times cult that has popped up? I mean, I guess this particular religion that they're talking about already exists because they're talking about the what was it, Circle of Malleus like religion that already existed in Walud, and that's clearly what these people worship. So it seems to be protecting them somehow from going to Kashyyyk. We haven't looked at this in a while, is there? No, okay.
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves.
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
Please don't go all RE4 on me.
Salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Please don't go all RE4 on me. I hope when I'm walking out of here you don't start drawing sickles and stuff. Let's see, is there anything... Ooh, yes there be, yes there be. Empty shard. Oh, that's it. Alright. I mean, the game is running out of things to give me, to be fair. It's not fair of me to be disappointed by that stuff at this point. I am at the late game. What else can they possibly give me? Like I said, most of the accessories just buff the abilities you already have rather than just being straight up buffs. That's why the Genji gloves were so crazy, because it was just a 5% DPS increase all around. So... just trying to make sure there's nothing else hidden around here. But I think we're good. I think we're good. Hello. Am I gonna walk in here and you're like tied up? No, you're totally fine, actually. Now, as long as the locals don't try to murder us as we leave, because we didn't heed the call, then we're good. Chronicles of Merkvar, being a collection of tales as recounted to his most exalted majesty, Lord Bjornhard of the Veldermark. As you are no doubt aware, Lord Bernhard, there was once a race of men who commanded the most forbidden of forbidden magics, but did you ever hear tell of the executors, those charged with driving out those heretics? The order had its origins in the Crystalline Dominion, but whose rulers decree it was tasked with the protection of mankind and sent forth to extinguish the forbidden magic wherever rumors of its use might arise. Having in due course succeeded in their mission and driven in the utterances of the unmutterable from the land, these secretive souls withdrew from the stage of history, never to be heard of again. Interesting. Yeah, so we've heard about the executors specifically because they were the ones where the executors, if I'm remembering correctly, or they may have just also called them the executors, were the ones that specifically did not want us to get the book for Vivian. So it makes sense if they were also trying to stop forbidden magic. So, it is. I'm interested in what is actually happening with these people, because they clearly are immune to being turned, it seems. So they must have some sort of magical or divine protection.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you?
Yeah, I got like 60 of those badges.
Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more. And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. that they might do their duty to their lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the whole thing that Barnabas wanted to happen was for people to turn Akashic, because that's kind of the epitome of surrendering themselves. So it is interesting to me that it's taken them so long.
Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
This is definitely something I've seen in zombie fiction before, where people kind of turn the concept of zombies into a religion, kind of thing, where they're like seeking a higher level of attainment, or it's the next step in human evolution.
Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Wow, there's just a ton of stuff happening here, isn't there? I am definitely ready, brother. Alright.
Ready.
Let me... Come on, crowd up. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh my goodness. Big damage coming out of Joshua there. Bang. Alright, you're fine, you're safe. You're free.
What now?
Oh. That was an elevator. Is it gonna be one of the big armored dorks? Yep. Is this where I get another one of my fallen, steel or iron or whatever it's called?
We meet again.
Clive's face always looks weird in those cutscenes. Titus! At least I don't have to fight Waka. Waka's pretty damn strong. Interesting. Yeah, I've noticed before that in, like, side quest cutscenes specifically, whenever Clive looks angry, his face looks really weird. I think it's because it's obviously lower detail there, but it just looks funny? It's hard to describe. It really is. But, yeah, that's a thing that definitely happens. There you go. If I can, knock you down. There you go. You are fire elemental, basically. There we go. Hit you with one of those. There we are. Let's just go ahead and pop this. Even though it's not, the most, it'll help here. Let's go ahead and punch you like this. Bang. Hit him with one of these just before it runs out. Ooh, just barely. Just, we got a good amount in there. Uh-huh. Yeah. Scathe fire? Uh-huh. Whoop. Be careful with that, where you're swinging it, big friend. Alright. That was a good precision block. But that's what I really want. Whoopsie. Go ahead and drop another impulse on you. Okay, we can just go ahead and drop a diamond dust, and that's pretty much game. Kablamzo. And wind up. And a Giga Flare. Although this is incredibly overkill. There we go. I could have just sneezed on you and you would have died. So that was specifically not a bounty like the Kuzo was. There's my fallen iron. That's what I needed.
Damn it.
Oh shit.
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment. Even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
Woof. That was a weird one, specifically because yes, like we allowed them to do what they wanted, but them doing what they wanted effectively just, you know, we were respecting their wishes, but they effectively just turned to zombies at the end.
Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Yeah, that was not a very happy ending. Not at all. Not at all. Alright, let's get in here. Hello. Cyril, you've depressed me.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
There you go. Third chair is reporting to the teachings of the Ashen Savior cult. Its outer edges stained with the same men's lifeblood.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came. And their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Woof. That was a depressing quest. I mean, and yeah, there's the Clay Hearth signboard. Yes, people deserve the chance to choose how they would like to die, but it feels incredibly, incredibly horrible that we had the potential to save these people, and they just, you know, they just were like, no, I would rather just kind of give up. I mean, we don't know what they were going through. We don't know what they were dealing with. Maybe they were straight up at a moment where they're like, this is just too hard, too rough. I would rather just become a zombie and have no will anymore and just let it end that way. But it's just always, you know, rough to see people give up, and you feel like you should be able to help them and stuff. But it's getting into a lot of topics, but that was a greatly depressing quest. Holy, oh my god, especially since, like, without getting too much into it, there are things in the world where this sort of stuff happens, where people will deny medical care basically due to religious beliefs and things like that, and that is absolutely their prerogative. It's always really, really shitty to see, and I definitely don't agree with it, especially when it's something like, you know, parents judging something for, like, their kids and stuff like that. But you can not agree with it without taking away their ability to do it, I suppose, because it's still their decision at the end of the day, I guess. But god's damn, does it feel shitty. But I'm getting way too philosophical and deep into things that I don't know a ton about, so... Emblem of the Undying headquarters in Tabor. The village is home to the finest leatherworkers and lapidaries in Dalmekia, who are little aware that their affable new neighbors are members of a secret society sworn to serve the Phoenix. And my orichalcum. It really just depends on how much you want to go about respecting someone's religion or culture. You know, because they would see it as like this horrible thing for you to, you know, do this thing that you know would help them, but they either don't agree with it or don't believe in it, and it's just like, you know, it's one of those things, and I'm terrible at articulating my ideas, especially about something as heavy as a subject as that. So I will drop it. Well, hello, what do you got? Dancing Steel reduces Dancing Steel cooldown. Dancing Steel was kind of poo, if I'm gonna be honest, but I'll take another Shrink Tonic and stuff. But yeah, that is a conversation for people more knowledgeable and smarter than me. So we're gonna go over here. Ooh, wow, Hawkscry Cliff is just like right there, or Man's Hill is like right there. Hello. Bum bum bum. Alright, let's go over here and see what we got. Here be Ross Fields. Visit all areas on the world and local maps. Oh, interesting. This is the final one.
This is the place, but
I'm sorry, Clive.
there's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard. To the hideaway, then.
Alright. Let's go. So, yeah, this is obviously not going to work out. This tiny little location was the last thing I had to find on the map, huh? That's just funny to think about. Honestly. Alright, well, the bright side is we can get back to the hideaway now. We can check on some things. I don't think there's going to be anything. There's a new missive that's been delivered to my chamber.
I hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
I mean, we're going right past it, so I might as well just go ahead and pop in there. Might as well just go ahead and pop in there. We can also look at, our new stuff that's been added. We're getting quite a collection of, like, bar boards. Bar signs. Signboards. That's the word I was looking for. Alright, before we depart. Ifrit, you have my sincerest gratitude for reuniting me with Master Hippocrates. There might embark upon this most important of journeys, my heart free of regret, though in these past few moons I have come to realize that the longer I spend in the company of you and your brother, the deeper I find myself in your debt. We must swiftly see to the menace that is Ultima, if not to save the world, to save me from my eternity of recompense. Thank you, Clive, for ever indulging the whims of this doddering old soul. I am ashamed that for far too many years I allowed stubbornness and fear to keep me from something so simple as letting a friend know how proud I was of him. Your intervention has lifted a heavy pall from my heart. Perhaps upon your triumphant return from the skies, you might be inclined to set to page that quill I gifted you. There are many of us who would hear a first-hand account of your time with the Holy Prince, myself included. My Lord Marquis, I write to thank you for the kind consideration you have shown for those whose names are written within the pages of the Book of Martyrs. I know that it would move them deeply to know that the first shield of the Phoenix laments their passing. Though each and every member of our order stands ready to sacrifice their lives in the service of the Phoenix, I do not doubt that those who are taken before their time go with regret for the long years of duty left undone, that they should live on in the memory of a proud son of House Rossfield such as yourself, shall surely go some way to soothing their sorrows. May the Phoenix's flame ever burn in your heart. Alright. Doing a voice for them is interesting, because you kind of got to remove all emotion from your voice, which is definitely a difficult one for me. Alright, so I don't have enough for Balmung yet. I think I still need something. Or did we just need one Fallen Iron? Or Gotterdammerung. I need a Dark Steel. It wasn't Fallen Iron that I needed, it was Dark Steel. And another Orichalcum, of course, which I did get, but but yeah. I thought Fallen Iron was the other item I needed, but unfortunately not. Alrighty. Let's just get down here and say hey to you. How are you? How are you doing?
What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
So it's to the gardens then.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilafeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
I look forward to seeing what the conclusion of this is, since it's a Jill-related quest. These in-game quests are all over the place, and for good reasons, because they either cover tough topics or are just like incredibly wholesome and definitely something that you want to see. Both of which I am extremely down for. So it's nice. It's nice. Hello.
Welcome.
What new stuff do you have? Raging Fist, reduce Raging Fist cooldown time. Oh, Heaven's Cloud.
And a fine day to you.
Fine day to you too.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Hey, there we go.
Mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Cool. Alright, so... Ooh, oh, hi. Jeez. Yeah, I remember I came down to this area at one point before. And there were things going on. There's still that over there. What is that even? I actually don't even know what that actually is. I remember hypothesizing that it was something to do with Jill, like Jill had made like a big piece of ice. But I was gonna say maybe it's the ice that's still there from when we did things south of Waloed, but we're nowhere near south of Waloed. I actually don't know what that is. It's probably something from the story I'm forgetting. But yeah. So daisies. Don't actually see them like around here, and it seems like they gotta be like right around here. Or they must be over there. Yep, that would be it. I ran straight past it. Okay. Oh.
Do you see them?
I do. The flowers and our friends.
I don't know about any friends. All I see are ice sculptures. There we are. Wow, that dragonette survived. Jeez. Kinda didn't expect that. Didn't mean to do that, actually. Bravery is very annoying, but we managed to pull it off. Uh-oh. See, that's the Clive face I mean. It looks weird, doesn't it? Like, it looks like Clive, like, ate a lemon.
This is the last one.
You know?
One way to find out.
And he's dealing with that. Ow. That's my fault. I actually do want to prime again. The Oilafeist Bowl. This thing feels slightly faster than a lot of the other things we've run into. There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and punch you in the taint there. And big punch there, and one more. Don't think this is going to be enough to kill you. It is absolutely not. But I actually expected that to be it, given what was mentioned earlier. So I am kind of surprised that there's still more coming here.
Nice try.
Very adorable. Bang, 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 bang. That was the dog that actually hit me. But luckily we have AoE there. Bang, bang. You get off of my puppy. There we go. So long. Back up to 2,700 points already. I can't afford to get Judgment Bolt again now.
That was harder than I expected. But Founder, it was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
Alrighty. Good, good. Jill, I am ready for our sweet and wholesome cutscene. We can't bone this time, though, because Joshua's gonna be with us, so...
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you.
Oh no, Joshua's gonna leave us alone!
The skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Okay, maybe we are gonna bone. I take back what I said. We might bone. Okay, I'm coming, Jill, and not in that way. Nope. Alright. Let's go see how wholesome this can get. I wonder if this adds Jill to my party too. Well, it's probably not the case because Joshua and Dion are the only people I'm going to Origin with, I think, right?
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
Sudden indeed, says Jill. That's quite the hike. To just randomly ask someone to go on. But hey, it's a nice view. Should have brought some picnic.
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling.
Flower crown.
Broke camp the morning after the storm. Do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
Wow, kind of surprised that wasn't a main story quest. That was a side that was a side quest. Damn. All right. All right. That's pretty crazy. This game definitely, as opposed to a lot of other games, like I think of like Xenoblade and stuff like that, it pushed a lot of the romance to the side. Because Clive and Jill were clearly in a relationship together, but it was very like tongue-in-cheek, you know what's happening, and we had that one scene where even that was like, oh, they didn't show it, obviously, and they didn't have a tender moment like that, so it was, implied about what happened a little bit. I mean, obviously we know what happened, but it was still implied. We didn't have a very, very big scene explaining exactly what happened and exactly what they did. So, yeah, it's interesting to see a game kind of put the romance to the side, and focus on the other stuff, because it's not something that happens very often. It's also very crazy to see a scene like this in a side quest.
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
What happened in that fade to black?
Do it together.
What happened in that fade to black? Are some of those flowers crushed? Do I see a human-shaped print in that bed of flowers? Snow Daisy Garland and Shiva's Kiss. Reducing Diamond Dust cooldown by 7.5 seconds is pretty good. Song of Winter, Autumn Gone, from Frosted Lips, Oblivion. I'm just being stupid now. Ruining the moments. With my dumb jokes and stuff. Jill has joined Clyde's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Oh wait, no, that was the, yeah, so until departing for Origin. Yeah, so we just have Jill with us now for the rest of the side quests. Alright, that's cool, so. Alrighty. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Final Fantasy XVI, and I'll see you next time for some more.